I'm ready to count down. So, all right. So 3, 2, 1, go. So to begin, I know there's a couple people doing 100% right now, which is really cool. They use the most recent patch, so they actually can skip this cutscene. I don't know if any percent is possible on the newest patch. I just assume it isn't and haven't tried it. So I'm using the patch that I have the world record on, which is 1.0.2. The also unfortunate thing, on top of not getting to skip this cutscene on the newest patch, is also my name is in the credits in the newest patch and not in this one. So that's kind of unfortunate as well, but you know, I can live through not having my name in the credits. Yeah, because we there was like a small competition to try to get the highest score possible, and with a combined effort, I got the highest glitched score, and then there was a lot of effort to figure out what the max score period was. And we went through a whole bunch of, or I guess I did the testing of like testing a couple of the golden Goombas and everything, and there was a huge effort to look at pointers to figure out what everything was hiding. So it was yeah, I did some of just like the testing and glitching of it. Oh yeah, I have to press A there. That helps. So this very beginning is the same of any run I'm sure you'd ever see of this game. 90%, 100%. Or, well, I guess 100% you'd probably collect more things by getting to this point, but the route is generally the same. You have to go to these rooms in this specific order. And at some point in the game, it kind of becomes a little bit more open-ended. But before we even are getting to the open-ended part, we are crafting our own route. Now, there's a lot of parts of that where it can soft lock because of mistakes that I make, which is very fun. But that's okay. I've come prepared. I have many save states. What's the max score? With glitches, it's like 34 or something like that. 34,000. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head. It's really high. Because the strat with glitched is, what you can do is, every room that, oh yeah, I want that key. Every room that you do with a boo in it has a boo multiplier. And what you can do is, if you can escape the room that you're in, wow, then the boo multiplier stays active, so you can run around and get coins that you're not supposed to get with a multiplier active. So the very first thing I did when finding the glitch I'm about to use in this room is I used it to get to the treasury with this multiplier active. So I got all of money in the treasury multiplied by 5. I think ultimately you can get it multiplied by 8 if you do some crazy routing, but yeah. Alright, so this is... So there's a lot of glitches here that I don't quite understand exactly how they work. So for some reason, if you put this pan here, you can grab these bombs. It makes no sense to me, and they are tangible still, which is very weird. So then you want to open this, like the section to get to that little star chip, and then you want to, you can use it to go hands-free with the bomb. And even though you can pick up the bombs, you may be wondering like why you'd need to go hands-free, and it's because one of the gaps you need to cross is just too big. So you can get over to this piece right here, but you can't cross this gap without being hands-free. Unfortunately, I can just kind of put that wherever. So we're not done. We have many more laps to do. So we get the bomb there. We put 3 bombs down. One there, one over by the other door. Now we want the pan. Wow, that was very lucky. If you fall with this pan into that black goop, the run's dead. So that's great. Now, I just set it down, and it is now intangible. So, final lap. Say goodbye to the kitchen. We are now leaving the kitchen with nothing in hand. For some reason, to actually get the pan to activate again, you have to enter the kitchen, and then if you exit again, then the pan will be tangible, just invisible. And this glitch is really, these clips are, this first one's the worst. Every other one beyond this is not that difficult. The issue with this one is that, like, you're kind of going through not just the door, but, like, the small wall barrier in front of it, too. Which likes to take its time. Unfortunately, at this point, there's not, like, anything to do. You can't grab another bomb because the pan's out there. And at this point, like, if I die, I think I just respawn inside the kitchen. So, like, we are stuck doing this for the end of time. Alright, there we go. Just had to complain about it a bit. So now, the pan has tangibility. And to get across this gap, we can do a triple jump dive. Every time you grab the pan appears, and then you set it down and it disappears. So now, you know how we were grabbing the bombs before, where you kind of, like, use the pan and grab in between the pan and the bomb? You can do that everywhere. I don't know why, even if the pan is invisible. So, like, I can set this bomb over here, set the pan next to the bomb, grab the bomb again, and then now I can replace it. And then I can basically just move these 2 items wherever I want. And because of that, I can use it to start clipping through doors and always have more things to clip with. So now we go back here. But just because we clip with the bomb, you can also do a lot of this with just the pan. The reason we need the bomb is because of its slightly different hitbox. And we actually need to care about the hitbox that we use for the final section here. So this was the missing... I think that's too low, actually, so I might have to save state, which would be very unfortunate. Unless if I can maybe re-grab it, which I'll give a shot if this doesn't work after a bit. But I couldn't figure out how to do this part for a long time, because I knew that you could clip up to upstairs early for quite a while, but I couldn't figure out a way to get... Yeah, I think it's not working. I couldn't figure out how to get to the basement itself for quite a while because of the additional hurdles it causes. Or it just is there. So let me see if I can grab this bomb from the air, because that would be wonderful. Oh, I can. Nice. The run's not dead. No save state required. We can just replace the bomb to the correct spot, and now that should work at some point. And so this works because the door isn't the trigger, there's just a trigger there on top of the door. And now we're in the basement, which we're also going to skip all of. I found a BLJ here, where what you can do is... Oh, okay, that's unfortunate, but I'm not going to do anything with it. So what you can do is you can BLJ straight into this elevator. Now, I wish I could have done it, but I think it's because I had a weird amount of speed that I'm not used to. What you can do is you can skip this entire elevator sequence. It's really hard. You have to do like a very specific... You have to have a very specific speed after the BLJ. And normally I have a good, good control stick inputs to control it, but I clearly failed. So, because I missed it, we're losing like, a minute and a half, however long this part takes, but not the worst thing ever, just little annoying. But now we get to see, the idea of what this game is like. There's a lot of really cool things with it. Because, like, you can see that there's these 2D enemies, you have to break this box. I am getting bullied by this guy. Now this is like, I guess, it is a boss battle. But really, what you're supposed to do is just clear... Oh my gosh, clear all the enemies. So, Hammer Bros are throwing hammers out of the wall. Oh my gosh. I don't wanna die here. I don't know where I spawn if I do die. Maybe if I died, then I could do the BLJ again, but I don't know. Don't want to test it right now, of course. But yeah, this game is very, very creative. It's one of my, I don't know, I don't play a ton of hacks, to be fair, but it's one of my favorite hacks that I have played. Oh, there we go. The elevator is complete. Now we go to the lab. And now, under 11 minutes into the game, we are into the mind. I think we're like maybe, I don't know, 4 minutes behind record? Something like that. Oh, the elevator skips a lot. But we're not done with our skips. Those are the main time saves already, but there's still a couple more skips, which is very exciting. Some of these jumps are just kind of annoying with the spacing of them. Like, they're like too close to do like single jumps, but like too short to do long jumps, so it feels really weird. So, also, if you have never played this game, okay, well, that was a firstie. I'm sure if you've never played this game, I'm sure you are questioning what the hell is going on here. Oh, yep. Alright, we're doing some stuff here. Because, like, we were just in, like, a manor, and now we're in the quote-unquote monstrous mind, and, like, there's this weird music playing. Like, I don't know how to describe the story of this game. It's good, just also confusing. So basically, we have to kill all of these, like, in this section, these red enemies, so we can clear all of the red goop stuff, and make it to the next section, because the red goop is blocking the door. That's all you have to know about the monstrous mine. There's lots of sections with colored enemies, and you have to kill all of those colored enemies. There we go. I don't care about coins. Alright, so next, as I'm sure you can tell, is pink. So we went from red to pink. So the idea here is you'd go kill all of these. Alright. You kill all of these enemies and, like, clear out all the goop. Or clear out bits of goop at a time at the very least. So, like, if I kill that Goomba, I'm pretty sure this blob of pink would go away. You can just skip it, though. Save some time. But you can kind of do that for the entire section. I think it's an oversight, and by think, I mean I know it is, but it's an oversight I don't blame anyone for making. So this jump, you can make this jump. Okay, not with a firstie though. I promise you can't skip it with a firstie, but that idea works. So, like, you can see that there's, like, Goomba over there, you can see the pink... okay, alright, that sucks, but whatever. Like, this stuff is expanding... Oh, I killed one. But you have to go on all these routes, and you have to wait for, like, cycles of this pink stuff inflating and whatever. But playing the game as intended is boring, as I'm sure we're all in agreement with. So you can skip all of that. Now next, we can see purple and blue. That's the guy we talked to at the beginning. Don't worry about this story. We'll see him again. So next, in theory, we're supposed to go get this blue one so we can open that door over there. There's like a key you care about, except that we don't care about that key. And for some reason, that skip was not thought about. Because what you can do is you can just, now you're up here, normally we'd come out down there and go all the way around over there. And way in the distance, you go do the blue section to clear out the blue things. There's a room that like dizzies you, like where you have like your controls are reversed. But we don't care about any of that. Go grab that key. We come out here. And there's a really cool puzzle that we are not doing. So I apologize. But I think that just sells playing this game casually more. There's a lot of puzzles in this game, because it's kind of like... It's inspired by Luigi's Mansion. So like there's a big Goomba puzzle there where you have to like turn on and off sections so the Goomba can get to the finish. It's really cool. And then also we saw the purple goop. And so that's where we're trying to go now, is try to clear that purple goop. And then we can move on. I think you're just gonna have to accept all the weird stuff that happens here. We see Yoshi, and Yoshi wants us to collect penguins. So just trust me, that's normal. That's acceptable. And now there's like Yoshi surveillance lamps, so now it's like Ocarina of Time, and you have to avoid the guards. Just, I don't know how to describe some of this. Okay, yep, and then now we're in a new reality where there's a lot more of them. Yeah, I don't know. This game is something. So there's a very slight skip that I overlooked recently. All you have to do is you get a couple frames of movement. So instead of fully finishing that section, we can just clip out. We would end up here in like 15 seconds anyway. But now we can BLJ off of this, and I think I missed. Yeah, so we're in a weird situation where now if we leave or if we die, we spawn in the ground, so we can't finish the room properly. So in quotes, we're soft locked, unless if you can BLJ. And so you know how before... Oh, I think I missed too. Oh, okay, never mind. We're back. So I guess we're gonna finish this room as intended now. Quick detour. So this is how you finish the room. The penguins get mad at you. Okay, and now we're in the room as expected. And normally you're supposed to go through that door and go to the purple, and I was talking about caring about the purple, but instead I was actually lying. Instead, you actually do want to BLJ, because the idea here... Dude, I need a little bit more speed. This is so unfortunate. I mean, this is not that bad. If you don't have enough speed, or if you have too much speed, you can end up soft-locking the game. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so now, the only one we do actually care about completing is yellow. Which we actually need to do, unfortunately. So there's a very, I'm gonna call it theoretical skip, because it's only been done in practice like 4 times ever, and I think all 4 of those were me, where you can skip this entire sequence. I don't remember the route, because I didn't actually practice this room. So we might be on an adventure. Oh, no, never mind. Figured it out. But yeah, so there's a there's a lot of stuff in here. You can do this, you can skip this entire section. I can't describe a lot of this. Just trust me, this all makes sense, kind of. This is a reference to a stage that you didn't see because we didn't play the game. Featuring a really difficult puzzle for some reason. It's a cool puzzle, but it's really difficult. So finally, we only clear 2 goops. We clear the red one, and then now we're clearing the yellow. Again, this is a reference to later in the game. Just trust me, this kind of makes sense. Now we work back. Alright, and finally, we're like nearly at the end of the game. So now all we have to do is finish up this last section, and then we can fight the final boss. There's so many things I can't fully describe in this game. Because how am I supposed to describe, yes, all of this craziness and this music, it all actually makes sense thematically. Instead, you can see Mario BLJ do a weird boss in the elevator. And then, of course, unfortunately, we can't do carpetless. At least I haven't found a way to. So I am the world record holder of this category, which sounds cool until you realize that I am, as far as I'm aware, the only one that's run this variant of this category. A couple of these skips, as far as I'm aware, have only been done by me in like a run circumstance, I guess. Like, a couple of people have tried stuff like this in practice, and before, like, any percent used to be you could skip, oops, I almost fell, where you could skip like almost all of this, or like a lot of it, where you could skip a lot of floor 2, and then you could skip all of floor 3 because of the old patch allowing a warp the entire time. And then we figure out the basement clip, and then from there it was over. But if you've found any of this interesting, please run the game. I don't like having one run around the board and it's me being world record. At least, hey, if you run this category, and don't even beat me, it will look better on my speedrun.com profile, because then it won't be like no competition. So I would appreciate that. And of course, now we can see the end here. So it's telling you can go there to like go back to the beginning just in case. The guy can talk to you, there's a thing in there. We don't care about all of it, we're just going to go to the boss. So, just like Luigi's Mansion, the boss is on the roof. This boss is really cool. There's not a ton of skips, but it's just a cool fight. So this fight is, I'm gonna call it cycle-based and also phase-based. So there's a whole bunch of, so you can get multiple, okay. Let me just start over, because I'm stumbling over my words. So this boss has multiple different phases. So right now, I call this, I think, the bomb phase or bubble phase. And as you can see, like, I get teleported back, or like it brings me back, and now it's the start of a new phase. I call that the Shy Guy Limbo phase. And some of these phases, if it's an enemy phase, I can like quit it easily. This is the drop phase. It happens once ever, and you can skip it. Now, 2 of those things are guaranteed right at the beginning. I think all 3 of those might actually be. And then you get a cage, which is like the final phase, I guess. And so what you have to do is try not to get hit by anything. So you can hold this cage and try to get his willpower into the cage. I don't know how to describe that. Now we have the log phase. And for any of these mob phases, if we can kill the mob, the phase is over. But there's a lot of auto-scroller phases like this. So like right now we're in a double phase. This is a bomb phase, and I don't know what's called, this spike phase. And if you can have 2 overlapping ones. So if you get 2 phases where you can skip them, like which we might get here, the limbo phase and also like spike phase, or log phase rather, then you'd be able to skip it. Like there, that phase was really quick because we were able to skip it. Again, just trust that this makes sense. Grabbing a cage, shoving this guy into it. The music is excellent. Now, in theory, like, I call it however many cycles you can do, like, with the cage is what, like, phase, or how many cycles you can get the boss in. So, in theory, I feel like I'm making it up every time I say it, but the very first time I played this game, I got it in 3, and I've never been able to replicate that since. Okay, well, that's what happens if you go into the black goop. So most fights, I think every fight I've seen is a 4. Now this is a really cool phase. Hole in the wall. The sooner you go through the wall, the sooner it will like close or like end. So there you go. Unfortunately, we're in the bomb and log phase, so we can't do anything to skip this. But still kill the guy to be safe. And as you can see, the arena gets more difficult the less health the boss has. Oh, I wasn't looking at it. There we go. Get the cage. Now, I do really want to look into trying to get a 3 cycle again, because if you can, I think that saves probably like 30 to 40 seconds. It'd be really nice, because the current world record is a 22:09, I think. Ooh, this is a really cool phase to show off. So this one, you become Bowser, and you have to kill a, like, Shadow Mario. You can punch. I just choose to jump. Oh, okay, well, let's get some coins here. There's a lot of really cool phases in this fight. It's very easy to get overwhelmed by what happens here. So now we got the spike phase, there's less area to work with, and we got bombs, we got this little guy chasing me. But we are just about at the end of this, because I think after this, maybe 1 phase, and then we get the cage. And as soon as the boss starts like spinning, if that will make sense when it happens, that is time. So as soon as that boss thing hits 0, it's over. And I can talk a little bit about the run as well from there. This phase is taking its time. Wow. Okay, there we go. Alright. So, the run's almost over. Let's grab this cage and do the final damage. Time. Alright. There we go. 27 something. 27:21. Pretty good run. You know, only like 5 minutes off of record. Oh, there he is. Now he's happy and crying. So yeah, that was Monstrous Manor any %. I think that was a pretty good run. I'm very happy that I didn't have to use any of the save states that I created for this, because a lot of the glitches at the beginning with the bomb are very easy to soft lock with. And that BLJ, if you fail it incorrectly, you can also soft lock there. So very happy that this was a proper run, no save states required. If you're interested in this run, unfortunately there's not really a Discord, but you know, get in contact with me or one of the other active runners that are doing 100%, Red Slim. It's a really cool game. I very highly recommend it. Even if you don't speedrun it, just play it casually. It's worth your time. It won't take you forever. It's really, really cool. Try and explore. Like, don't just try to rush through it. Actually try to explore and find a whole bunch of coins, because you get a rank at the end, and you don't want to be like me, getting rank F with 227 coins. It's not worth it. Plus, your house at the end gets upgraded. Also, I guess if you play it casually, make sure you play the most recent version so you see me in the credits and me in the mansion. It'll be a lot nicer at the end here if you play properly. But that will be it from me. Thank you everyone for watching this run by me. Give it a shot, play it at least casually, or speedrun it. It'd be great. Play any game I play. I play good games for a reason. But yeah, that's all for me. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of the marathon.